Welcome to another episode of the Anime Dads podcast. It is great to be back together. It is great to be here with my best man, my best mate and man. I combine the words. Bjorvio. It is so good to be back here. How are you feeling? What's like an emotion you feel, two emotions you're feeling right now?
Rage and satisfied. I don't know of how those two work, but I'm full of rage. Okay, and that one probably caught a lot of people off guard. But the fact that I'm full of rage is not. Don't worry, it's a good thing. The reason I'm full of rage is because the anime dad is back, and that brings me so much rage because it makes me think of all the times we're not together. But I'm satisfied because you're here. So, isn't that all that matters in the end?
That makes sense. It's a righteous rage. It's like you're
Mm-hmm.
right to be able to be raging. Rage on. No, it's great to be here, and we're very happy that we can talk to you and be in your ear holes once more. Now, to start, we before we get into our improv questions, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about what would be some terrible downsides to having quirks from My Hero Academia. Like, I mean, when you have the quirks, like, what are some terrible downsides? Whether in their universe, whether in our universe, just what are the downsides to some of the quirks? And I'm sure you can think of some, but I guarantee you, I promise you with 100% certainty, putting the anime dad seal of approval on the fact that we are going to think of some that you would not have thought of in a million years.
Very true, very true. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's get into our improv questions. We'll ask two each. I'll ask my two to begin with, and then you ask your two. Um, what is something that you put on your hair that uh, makes you enjoy anime a little bit more? Have you ever put something on your hair or on your head that makes you enjoy anime a little bit more? It can't be headphones, uh, and it can't be a puppy or a dog either.
Mac and cheese. And I'll tell you why. When you put mac and cheese on your hair, you can't tell like a full head, not just like, you can't put like a couple noodles, but like you get like sticky mac and cheese, you it on your hair, and guess what? You look like a Super Saiyan when you do that. So therefore, if that doesn't get you hyped for anime, I don't know what does. But it has to be like an all cheddar mac and cheese. Otherwise, I guess you could do a white cheddar and go Ultra Instinct, but that doesn't do it for me as much.
Okay, all right, that kind of makes sense. It's a waste of mac and cheese. Do you eat it afterwards so you don't waste the cheese and mac?
Obviously, my hair follicles are just extra flavor.
Right. Okay, that's smart. All right, what if you had to rob a bank? You only get to choose villains from anime. Who would be your getaway driver? Who would be your strategic man? And who would be the person who accidentally gets caught by the cops?
Okay, so my getaway driver would 100% be Dobby, because we would be riding on a motorcycle and then have that little town car right next to us. And the reason why we could get away with that is because the strategist would be Mr. Compress, because who else to rob a bank than that guy, right? Am I wrong?
You're
And
right.
then, unfortunately, the guy that gets stopped by the cops is Pride from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because that's what happens when all the cops. Um, Essentially, what they did is they just locked him in the vault, and now he can't do anything. So, yeah, kind of stinks for him. But hey, the rest of us got out fully loaded. Thanks, Compress. Thanks,
That
Dobby. Y'all are the real MVPs here. Sorry, Pride.
compress. Sorry, Brad. Compress would have he just touches things and puts them into little balls. All the money, all the even the bank vault itself, he could probably touch and make it into a little. Maybe I don't know the restrictions of his quirk, but all right. What are your two questions, sir?
Okay, so you just found out that these guys just robbed a bank and you are trying to find them. However, you have one of the bank robbers inside the vault. Problem is, you can't get any light on him or he will essentially be able to kill all your officers. Which anime character do you want to interrogate him? And what are you going to make the prisoner wear in addition to handcuffs?
Oh my goodness. What anime character do I want to interrogate? It'll definitely be someone, uh, it'd probably be Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super. I think he's intelligent, but he's also got that intimidation that will get people to talk. And the criminal, as well as handcuffs, will have to wear a tutu as well as uh, Trunks' sword, because that's a perfect combination of strength and versatility. You know, if you ever worn a tutu, do you wear a tutu?
Only on Wednesdays.
Yeah, on your Wednesdays, do you feel more vigorous and strong?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I hit the gym in that every week.
You've seen the photos. I know. Okay, what is your second question?
My second question is you go to a hairstylist to get your mac and cheese haircut, and unfortunately for you, the hairstylist ran out of scissors that day, and so they are going to have to cut your hands with lawn clippers. Now, my question for you is how do you want your mac and cheese hair styled? And how does this relate to anime?
You said cut your hands. They're gonna cut my hands.
No, it's
Um,
my accent.
oh, you're right. Well, I think it's gonna be. I want my mac and cheese hair styled into Saitama's style, um, because I think that'll just look shiny and wonderful. And it's related to anime because I want to look like Saitama. I've done the push-ups, the sit-ups, the squats, the 10K run every single day for the last 1.5 days. And I want to feel and look like Saitama. And, it's not working. 1.5 days is more than enough time. Um, yeah, great questions. Really good questions today. I feel like we're on fire.
Oh, we
If I
are. We're like flame grilled.
if I said to you, if I said to you, how good are you at limericks or at tongue twisters?
Um,
What would you say?
I on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a six, six
Okay.
point three.
All right. Just before I move on, give me your biggest tongue twister, your best tongue twister to say, and I'll try to say it twice, and I'll give you mine.
Do I need to say it fast or at regular speed?
You say regular, I'll try fast for two.
Okay. Brown bear bakes batter badly.
Brown bear bakes batter badly. Brown bear bakes batter badly. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Very good. Okay. Um, this one always gets me, and it's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie. She sells seashells on the seashore. Can you say that twice for me?
She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Good. All right. All right. Not bad. Not bad. You passed the test. Let's move on to our topic of discussion today, which is My Hero Academia quirks. We all know they've got side effects, whether that's when they're older, whether that's at nighttime, whether by themselves, when they're not behind the camera. There are side effects to the quirks, and there are so many, so many. The more you
Hmm.
think about it, the more there is. Um, let's just throw one out each because we don't have to explain it too much. I think we can just pump out um, the side effects as we go because there are so many.
Oh yeah.
One, Uravity, Uraraka. She's definitely going to have osteoporosis. Um,
Hmm.
her bone density from all the gravitational floating is gonna get less. It's gonna get less. That's what's gonna happen. Obviously, she gets digestive issues. She's gonna have a lot of diarrhea and potentially has to be on, omeprazole, some sort of medication when she's older.
Yeah, most definitely. And not to mention, she probably has an extreme case of vertigo.
Yeah, heck yeah. I pronounce it vertigai, but that's just different how we do things. All right, what's one that you have thought of? What I can see in your eyes, you've got a really good one, and I'm looking forward to seeing it with my ears.
Yeah, so I was gonna go with one that we don't really see a big downside for, but it's actually gonna be Mr. Compress with his quirk compress or compression or whichever you want to call it. Um, so the
How does that work?
downside is, so the downside is number one, you always lose your marbles. Okay, you're never fully sane. Number two, I don't think he can tell what's in what marbles. So if you just make a lot of things, you can't really tell what's in them. So you could be like, "Oh no, I need my fire extinguisher. Oh no, that's a can of oil. Oh, I'm the worst." Um, Not to mention, it works on himself. So that's kind of like, could you like one wrong move in the shower and you're bald,
That is so true. You're washing your hair and you think of your quirk, game over, or your head's popped off. It can be extremely
right?
dangerous.
Right. You got to know how to use your quirk because a lot of those we don't really see them affecting the user that much. Like Shigaraki can't decay himself, but it's weird that compress can. So it's like,
Mm,
oh, okay, well, I don't want to do that. I'm good. That's a pretty big downside.
agreed. What about Dark Shadow? And I forget his user's core. What's his name? See that Dark Shadow user?
Tokoyami.
Tokiyamu. Yes. No, no, Tokiyami. Yes.
That's
He's
the Timu version of him.
he has no privacy. He is guaranteed going to go insane in the next 10 to
Yep.
20 years. Um, I don't know what the heck the thing is. Dark Shadow actually is. Is he I don't know, but he's a part of him, and he always talks about revelry in the dark and like strange stuff like that. His personality is going to shift. He will always, it's a curse to be honest, and he's going to be insane in the next 10 years. No matter how cool Dark Shadow is, it's kind of like a puppy or like an animal, the way where it works and talks. So, and also, what happens if Dark Shadow dies? For goodness sake, he's dragging around.
Quirkless with a bird head.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how long does this thing last? There are so many. If it's animal years, you don't know. There are so many negative side effects to Dark Shadow. It's not even funny. Obviously, it can take over you and destroy everything if you get crazy at nighttime. If you have a bad dream, imagine having a bad dream, waking up from the bad
Oh,
dream at nighttime, and your emotions have taken over, and Dark Shadow destroys your entire house.
I hadn't considered that, but you're right. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
That's that's about as bad as when Tenko discovered he had a quirk.
All right, give me another one.
Okay, so you went with Class 1A. I think it's time I did one from Class 1A as well. We're gonna go with Katsuki Bakugo. Okay. Now I know what you're saying. Explosion is such a great quirk. What are in the world are you talking about? But there's a few couple downsides, okay? Number one, it's not as effective in the rain or when he's cold. So imagine wanting to be the greatest hero, but you live somewhere like Washington, where it's raining 3/4 of the time. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're not going to be that great of a hero. You're just not. I mean, you can. I mean, Bakugo might find a way, but like, it's going to be hard. Number two, how many of you guys know what nitroglycerin smells like? Have you ever smelt it? It smells awful.
That is such a good
You,
point.
yeah. So here's the thing: you can't use deodorant because you're going to sweat right through it. Number one. Number two, it's not going to do anything. And number three, if anything, it might counteract your nitroglycerin sweat depending on what chemicals are in there. I don't know how all that works. And number four, think of trying to go on a like if Bakugo gets nervous, like if Bakugo's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on a first date with this lady. Oh, it's going really well. Oh, now I'm sweating." There's nothing you can do but reek up the place, or the only way to get rid of it is to explode. Okay, like that is terrible. It makes you a great hero, but you are a but your day to day life must be Like class 1A must be used to the stank. Let's call it what it is.
That is no wonder he's a bully and he's grumpy all the time. Bro, this is actually destroying a little bit of my hero for me. We need to be careful about this. It's actually affecting me negatively. But that's true. I got Toga on my list, and okay, simple, simple. Blood-borne illnesses. Okay,
Same with Stain.
same with Stain. The amount of what if it's I don't know anything genetic, maybe blood illnesses. There's so many out there, and she is going to be sick constantly with her quirk. Obviously, identity crisis is a real thing as well. She's going to have an identity crisis massively if she uses it on a regular basis and not know who she is, not know who her true self is. But yeah, the biggest thing is the illness in that regard, and I think she'd be a frequent of and Stain. Yeah, good point about Stain. He'll be a frequent of illness. There are so many, it's mutations. It's basically living in like Chernobyl or some sort of nuclear infested area. All these people, yeah, quirks are cool. Oh yeah, we got quirks, but many of them have such bad side effects. I'm just coming to
Hmm.
realize.
Yep. I'm gonna also. There's two that I can think of, kind of similar to Stain and Toga, and I'm gonna say these guys have a very similar weakness. Like if you threw them into our world, or even just, and those two are Aizawas and All for Ones, and that is without other quirks, they are effectively useless.
What? No, hold on. He can make his hair stand up and his eyes turn red. That looks gangster. That looks pretty cool.
That
But
does look gangster. Yeah, you're right.
but that's a good point. All for One will just be standing there holding his hand out to people and looking like a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would have to get All for One at a pretty young age when he didn't have any other quirks. But yeah, essentially, if quirks weren't a thing and All for One is the first quirk and he never came across anyone else with a quirk, he is quirkless, just like Aizawa. It would not have made him nearly as compelling of a villain.
That is hilarious. I love that. I love that. I mean, there are so many options, but I'm gonna go with um who was that? Oh yeah, definitely Sugar Rush has diabetes.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
which is terribly sad. He's got diabetes. He's gonna gain weight too. He's gonna gain weight. He's gonna get that beer belly. He's gonna probably be triple the weight. Yes, it makes him strong for a little bit, for sure, but he's got a massive sugar addiction and diabetes, and heart disease most likely. So the amount of sugar he eats is not good for him. Um, I we spoke about this previously, but who's the little purple haired guy?
Mineta,
Yeah, male pattern baldness. You were right about that. He's going to be bald.
100%.
And his balls won't grow back eventually. Eventually, he'll have just no balls on his head, and he'll be a
Yep.
little weirdo without hair. Even though it probably looks better than it does now, he still will look strange
Hmm.
as anything. Have you got anyone else?
Saro, okay?
Hmm.
You can never wear long sleeve shirts or a hoodie because then your tape won't go anywhere and it just gets like stuck right here. And he has these like massive circles on his elbows. Like even if he could wear long sleeves, they'd have to be custom made in order to fit his elbows.
That is so true. I didn't think of that. We've never seen him with a long shirt.
No, because he really can't.
Great choice. Great choice. I mean, what about Froppy? How long do frogs live?
I don't know, but
I think a year and a half.
but that does have a downside too because I mean we know that she hibernates. Does that mean that she sleeps for a quarter of the year?
Bro, I'm not gonna watch My Hero Academia again after this. We're ruining it. But you're right. You're right. She might sleep for and her stomach comes out like that. What? Also, biology wise, she ever needs surgery? Going in for no. Good luck finding a surgeon that's going to help. Help you out. You've got different. Your organs are arranged in a slightly different way. No one's going to want to help that.
Mm, nope. I'm also gonna throw another person under the bus, just because I need to know this. Okay, I don't know if this is a downside of his quirk or whether this is just him trying to aura farm and failing horribly. But I'm gonna go with Endeavor because Endeavor has facial hair made out of fire. And so my question is that a part of his quirk? Like, did he want to be like no beard and then as part of his quirk he like has to have facial hair? Or is it like he chooses to have facial hair when he activates his quirk and his facial hair just looks stupid?
It's definitely the latter because I've seen him without the facial hair. It's definitely that. And if he imagine him kissing his wife and then accidentally burning her face.
Yeah. Or even just imagine like going in the shower and then like, oh, forgot to turn my beard off.
That would be so hard. She's walking around or in a hotel and all the sprinklers go off. I mean, that's going
Yeah.
to happen regularly. Who's that girl
Like it's
who,
and all the smoke would be like all in your face.
and you smell disgusting too. La Brava is another one. Imagine
Yeah.
her getting a pet and having enormous love for the pet. And then the pet, because you love your pet so much.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure if she has to actively pass it over. She just says, I love you. If she says, I love you to the pet or whatever, the pet's going to get super strong, accidentally kill the brother. That's what's going to happen, or break through the house.
That's why she got a hamster.
That hamster with that super strength could take down a few things. Or even your
Oh,
mum or
that's true.
dad. You're saying, "Oh, I love you,
Yep.
mum. I love you, dad." They get super strong for a moment. They're not going to punch you in the face, but still, pretty awkward situation. Also, if you have a crush in school, you're sitting there in school, which she did at one point, and she didn't know her quirk. You can easily tell who your crush is on because they have a pink glow around their face.
Right? That'd be nice though if they were like, trying to be like trying to get a sports scholarship in college and then during the big game you
Mm.
hype them up with your quirk. That'd be kind of nice.
True. You'd be used a lot, but that'd be real. That's a good point.
Take that, High School Musical.
Got to get your head in the game, Troy Bolton. Um, yeah, there are honestly so many. It's ridiculous. Obviously, hearing loss from Fujiro. Um, she's going to lose her hearing relatively soon. Also, with the amount of vibration going through her body, her nervous system is stuffed. It's stuffed.
Mm.
It's going to destroy it. Have you got anyone else?
Gigantomachia will never be able to wear pants. I'm sorry, he can't.
That's a
Or shirt.
that's a
Or
really
hat.
good that's a really good point. That's not a
Which
bad. He's just a nudist forever.
I guess so. Another person, not in the nudist colony, but I can't think of his name. Kamari Woods.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's not a good cuddler.
You get so many splinters.
I know, and I think he's ended up. I think him and Mount Lady ended up dating, and I'm like, so like, please tell me touch isn't your love language, bro, because that would be most unfortunate.
For her too, she needs to have a quirk like that. But that's actually a really good point about Woods guy. My word. That's painful. Mount Lady, yeah, her if she doesn't have control of her quirk, or if she's sleeping and she thinks of activating her quirk again, he's dead, and so is her
Hmm.
neighbors.
So are the
Um,
people below her.
Yeah, she must have some sort of backup in place for that, or we're just overthinking this too much. You know that cat guy from My Hero Academia, obviously My Hero Academia, but the cat guy who
The
is it?
detective?
No, it's part of the Pussycats, the Wild Pussycats.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why for so long we didn't see his quirk? He's just like dodging Deku and everything like that. And then I saw his quirk just recently when he was saving people from All Might and All for One's fight, and it's like he can stretch himself almost. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of like Mr. Fantastic, but not nearly as foldable.
Yeah, very strange. He didn't even use it in the fight against Magna as well,
Mm-mm. I
which
wonder if that was like a weird flex or what.
yeah, it kind of annoyed me. Um, obviously
Oh,
twice.
here's one.
Yeah, give me one.
What does Spinner do in the winter?
That's a good point. That's a really good
What about
point.
twice though?
That's well, no, twice is obviously he's gone. We've seen the downsides of his quirk long term, with him not knowing if he's real or if he's just killed the real himself and he's a double. You know what I mean? Him going crazy.
Yeah, that was such good writing.
Yeah, and split personalities on him as well is actually insane. Um, yeah, there Gran Torino. Uh, farts come out of his feet. Do they smell? Do you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah. Plus, what kind of shoes does he wear? Like if he's not in his hero costume. Does he have to like take a cheese grater to his shoes or something? Like, how does
that
it
is
work?
that is actually true. I mean, the worst drawbacks, probably the worst of all, I'm sure you'd agree, is one for all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Poor
mean,
Deku.
amazing, but it's gonna be. I just don't see. There's no drawback. Obviously, you got a shorter lifespan is a massive one. Destroys your bones, shatters you regularly. Another one. There's so many drawbacks and side effects in this recent fight against Shiggy. So, if you had to pick,
Yeah.
let's say besides that, if you had to pick the worst quirk to have um, that's in the show, um, for you personally, what would that be?
Um, man, a quirk that I would never be able to use and just doesn't fit me at all. Minetta's. Sorry, his quirk's garbage. I don't even know how I would use it. And the fact that it depends on what kind of poop you took in the morning, like that you can't really control that well. Like I'm sorry, you just can't. And then like oh, I can get my sticky balls to stick on things, and then you always have to like every time you use your quirk, you have to hear that weird sound of like of like him using it. Like that's awful. And other than like climbing walls, which I don't really know what else I would do with that quirk. And then you have to deal with balding, and you can't style your hair. You can't. Your hair just grows back in the same position every day. And like, if he grows facial hair, does he grow like little purple balls on his face too? I certainly hope not.
Or any other hair on his body, that would be hilarious.
Like arm hairs, he's just got like teeny tiny thin balls or something. Like, ugh.
In the in the onsen, he's just like floating, his butt's floating because there's balls all around. I mean, I'd probably use it. I'd probably use it as sticking up like like things on the walls and stuff like that. But still, it wouldn't last as forever, the stickiness. So
Mm-mm,
there's no real
mm-mm.
point. My worst one will most likely uh, be. I think it's going to be. Um, it's one that we haven't said. I'm trying to think of. I think making everything wobbly, like
Like the guy that Mirio fought in the Shie Saikai arc.
Yeah, or gentle criminal. You know how he makes
Oh yeah,
things
with the air thing. Yeah,
wobbly in a way, or you can temporarily impact. I mean, you could bounce around. That might work well.
yeah, but you got to use you're consistently using your quirk, and if you use it wrong, you broke both your legs.
All right, so we've just decided that My Hero Academia is a post-apocalyptic movie with a lot of radiation on Earth, and all these guys just have like it's basically about them just fighting each other, but they're all like extremely radioactive and trying to just live normal lives with their curses.
Except Shoto, he's killing it out there.
Yeah, Shadow's killing it. He's like their leader for sure. Amazing, amazing. Well, if you listening have a quirk thing or side effect that we didn't bring up, please let us know. We'd love to know. And what is the worst possible quirk that you could ever have? We're running out of time, but I'd like to do a tiny bit of improv because of the timing factors. But let's go for um, I am going to just have a conversation to Bjorvio because I miss his beautiful voice. And every time I say change, he changes his voice and only his voice, not his personality. So you're a very kind person and you have to
Oh
change just
gosh.
your voice, not your personality. Hey, bro, long time no see.
Bro, I missed you so much. How you been?
I've been changed good, thank you. What's new with you?
Oh, not much. I've really gotten into gardening recently. Have you ever gardened before?
I have changed. It is a lot of fun. How's your little puppy doing?
Oh, he's so good. Thank you for asking. I had to take him to the vet because he had something going on with his ear, but oh,
Ah,
sweet little thing, I got that out real quick.
that's okay. Are you still helping change those at the retirement village?
Oh, yes, I'm going to the retirement village every other day. I get to read them stories that I found in a bookstore. Yep, buy a new book every day.
Stories that you found in a bookstore. Okay, change. Um, okay. What's your favorite story that you found at a bookstore?
My favorite story is The Little Engine That Could. Though the old people don't really seem to enjoy it that much. Either that one or what's that one? There's a there's one that's written. It's a big rhyme book, and I like to read it as fast as I can. It really, though, some of the old people get confused.
All right, for just every sentence you just change your voice. I don't need to say change. Okay. All right. And how about do you still do those productions at the theater? And last time you played Old Mother Hubbard?
Oh, absolutely. That was my best role that I ever got to play, and let me tell you, I had all the people there in tears. I actually was crying myself because I couldn't believe how good I was. I mean, sorry, I'm getting a little choked up now.
Actually, keep Bakugo's voice. Keep Bakugo's voice. All right. Okay, cool. And you got some good friends?
Oh, I have the absolute best friends. I mean, I just, I go and I had lunch with one the other day, and oh, bless her heart, she was telling me all about how Timmy dumped her, and I had to give her all the advice in the world, and the best thing I could do was wrap her up in a big warm hug and just tell her it was gonna be okay. I cried for about 20 minutes after that. Oh, poor Jesse. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get into that now.
That's actually so good with that personality. All right, take us home, Bjorvio, with that voice and a beautiful personality. Bakugo and a wonderful personality. And let's finish it up.
Hey, all you cool cats. I just am so appreciative. You have no idea how appreciative I am that you tuned in today. It just really made my day. I think all of you are going to be heroes. No, you are heroes. And you're going to bring so much sunshine and warmth and radiance to this world in ways that I never could my own. Thank you. You're all so beautiful, so wonderful. Sorry. Anyway, please come back next week. These guys are truly amazing, especially the anime dad. You know, he's so handsome, he's so great, he's so wonderful. He's the best co-host anyone could ask for. Need to hurry up before I start crying like Deku. Um. Anyway, thank you so much, and have an absolutely wonderful, blessed week. And like I said, just come back next week. And everyone, please, if you would, lend me your hope, lend me your courage, lend me your voices, and together we will all go
Go
beyond.
beyond. Plus and
Plus Ultra!
there was something weird about that.